Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna introduce you guys a board game called Play the Force. This game aims to help players to be familiar with different forces in nature, and while playing this game you have to consider the characteristics of each force to make the strategy and then finally be the winner of this game. So this is the box here, and if you open it up, there is this game board, and this is the piece, and these are the cards for Special Force. First, I'm gonna explain this game board. If you open the game board up, it's pretty big here, and there are these two sidelines here, you see, and each player will get to place their pieces on these two lines first. You'll have 10 pieces in total, so you can choose out of these squares, these two lines, and then you'll get to place your 10 pieces anywhere in this line. And to be the winner of this game, you have to root your piece to the other end line first before the other player, or you have to remove all pieces of opponents to be the winner. This is the marker. There are 26 pieces for one set, and there are two sets in the game box. And if you look at it here, there are 10 different types of pieces. This is the power of the force, and this tells you the type of the piece, and then this is the special function of the marker. And the image here explains you the range this force can be applied to. Even though there are 10 different types of forces, there exist 3 different categories you can classify this 10 type of forces. So this red one is contact force, this green one is non-contact force, and the blue one here is fluid force. And this all has different kind of characteristics if you're actually playing the game, and which I'll be showing by actually playing the game. And lastly, this is the Special Force cards, and there are 7 of them. You'll be drawing 2 cards in the beginning of the game before you actually move the horse. And then you can use these 2 cards when doing confrontation with the other player. These cards can either boost your power or decrease opponent's power, or either you can check 2 different pieces of opponents and you can check their characteristics and which type those pieces are. Let's now play the game. Firstly, you have to do rock, paper, scissors to decide which player will start first. And then you'll be drawing these 2 cards here. Well, actually you can check what kind of cards you have here, and then you can use it. But make sure you don't show it to the opponents when you're actually playing the game. Now, because I won the rock, paper, scissors, I'm gonna start by moving piece first. Because my horse are still staying in these 2 lines, I can move my horse by 2 spaces in any directions or 1 space. You can actually choose whether you're going to move your piece by 2 spaces or 1 space. But I'll be moving my horse, my piece, by 2 spaces. So here. So here, 2 pieces met in the same space. So we gotta compare the power of these pieces. Here, in this case, the power of these 2 pieces are same, right? It's same as 4. So the last one that moved to this space has go back to the previous position. However, if one horse has greater power than the other, then the piece stays on the game board, and the piece with the less magnitude needs to be removed from the game board. Okay, so this piece moved back to its previous position. And there are two functions that pieces have. So one is general function and the other one is special function. As I explained earlier, special function is the function that is written down here, and the general function is just moving your horse. So you have to use your special function after general function, which means special function can be only used after you move your horse on your turn.
Special functions of each force.
So I'll be moving my piece here by one space. And then because I use my general function, I'll want to use special function now. So I'll open this piece up, and because this is gravity, I have to confront the power that is within two spaces. So I have to fight with these three pieces of the opponent. So I'll open this up. And if you see, my power here is 4, and then these two are 2 and 3. So my power is greater than these two. So this would be removed. And this one just stays here because we are of the same power. So I want to move this piece by one space here, and then I want to use its special function. This piece is centripetal force, and because this is green card, this means that it is non-contact force. Therefore, its special function can only be used when it doesn't actually meet the opponent's force in the same space. And since it does not meet other pieces in the same space here, I can use its special function. And if you look at this picture, I can confront with the pieces that is within two spaces, horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. So this piece is here, and then this one here. Since this is 3, I can only remove this piece here. And then this one means here. And then because this is 4, my horse should also be. So I want to move this horse here, and then want to use its special function. And this also applies within two spaces, vertically, horizontally, and diagonally. So I'll find the piece that's within the range here. These are the two pieces that are within the range. I can move out these pieces by two spaces. So if I want to move this piece by two spaces, then it's pushed outside the board. Then this one is removed from the game board. And I also want to push out this piece by two spaces. So I just move my piece here, and then I want to use its special function again. This is electrical force. So this one is to unite with your other piece if it's possible. So I'll show you two cases. If you look at this picture, it is within one spaces in all directions. So if I open this pieces here, these are two different colors. So it means that they are different types. I can unite these force together. And if I sum up the power of these two, it becomes 5. And then I can confront with this piece of the opponent. And since this is 4 and mine is 5, so I can remove this horse from the board. However, if this piece was green, like this one, then I could not unite this force together. I should move this piece by two spaces by horizontally. So you can move this horse here or either here horizontally. If this piece was pushed out, if there is other piece of the opponents, then you can confront with the other opponents. So I'll move this horse first using its general function, and I'll be using its special function again. Look at this picture, and then I can unite or push out the force that is within one space in all directions. And since these are two different colors, I can unite them together. So if I sum up the power, this is 1 and this is 4. So if I add up, it becomes 5. And then I'll confront the piece here, and since this is 3, it's gonna be removed from the board, so it should be removed. However, if in this case, if this piece is green, like this one, then it could be pushed out vertically by 2 spaces, either here or either here. However, if there is a force that is blocking on its way, it cannot move, so it should be here. If it meets opponent's piece here, then it should do the general confrontation. So I want to move this piece by using general function over here. Since this is red card, it means that it's contact force, which means that its special function can be used when this piece meets other piece in the same space. And in this case, since this is propulsion, it can move my pieces by 2 spaces, vertically, horizontally, and diagonally. So I'm gonna move my piece vertically 1 and 2. And since my piece meets other piece of the opponents, then we should do the general confrontation here. So I wanna move this piece over here by using general function. And since these 2 pieces meet each other, and because this one is the opponent's piece, I can use resistance. The special function of resistance is that if you meet the opponent's piece in the same space, you can push out the opponent's piece by 2 spaces, vertically, horizontally, or diagonally. And I want to move this piece by 2 spaces, 1 and 2. It is removed from the game board. The one thing you need to know about the special function of resistance is that if the opponent's piece moves to your space by using general function, you can still use your special function of resistance. This is the only force that you can use its special function on the opponent's turn. So I'm gonna move this piece of friction by using general function to here. And I meet the piece of the opponents in the same space. So I want to use the special function of friction now. This function is to decrease the opponent's piece to the half that is within the range within 1 space in all directions. So if I open this up, and since this is 3 and I fight with the half of this power, and because it is 3 over 2, then my power, which is 2, is bigger. So this piece should be removed from the board. So I want to move this piece by using general function to here. And then I can use a special function. This card, this buoyancy is a blue card, right? This is fluid force. So this fluid force can skip other piece to move forward. So since I moved my piece here using general function, I can skip this piece and then reach the end line of the opponent's line. Then I become the winner. However, what you need to know here is that buoyancy can skip 1 space only to the direction you used your general function. If I use my general function to move diagonally, and then if I want to use my special function, then I can move only to the direction that I used my general function. So I can move only from here to here. I want to move this piece by using general function to here, and then I want to use the special function of lift. This one is also fluid force, so I can skip 1 space. In this case, different from buoyancy, I can skip 1 space in all directions regardless of which directions I use my general function. So here I moved here, and then I can skip 1 space and move in other directions here, or here, 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 and here, in all directions.
Special force.
This special force is wormhole. This one, it says you can exchange two of your pieces, its positions. I can exchange position of these two pieces from here and here, and then this one should be out here, so that you can show that you used your card here. So this special force is Jupiter. This one is, if you use this card, then you can confront the half of the opponent's piece. So right now I want to move my piece by one space here using general function. Then I should do the general confrontation. So if we open this pieces up, they are both of 4 power of 4. Then I can use this Jupiter card, and then this card will decrease the power of the opponents to half, so it should be 2. Then I win this general confrontation, and then the opponent's piece should be removed from the board. This is special force called Mars. This one is you can use when you're in confrontation and you want to increase your piece's power to double. First, I need to move my horse using general function over here, and then I can do the general confrontation. Then this is 3 and minus 2, so I'm about to lose one of my pieces. Then I can use this card to double the power of my piece to win this piece. So it becomes 4, so this piece should be removed from the game board. This special force is Universe. This card can check 2 pieces of the opponent to check its type and its characteristics. If I want to move my piece and then I want to plan my strategy, and then I have no idea what to do, then you want to know what type of pieces that is here, then I can use this card to check 2 pieces over here and here, and then you can check its type and its power, and then you should move this back off so that you cannot see the pieces anymore. This special force is called elastic. So this one is you can use the special force that is already used by the opponents, and you can use the special force exactly as the same way your opponent did. This special force is cohesive force. If you use this card, then you can unite your 2 or more pieces if they are of same types. If I want to move this piece over here using general function, and then if I want to use this cohesive force by using the special force, then I can unite horses that is within 2 by 2 range. So here I can unite these 2 pieces, and since they are of the same color, so that I can unite this 2, which means 4 plus 2, my power becomes 6. And then I can choose to confront with the piece of the opponents. However, if they are of different types, then you cannot use your special force. This is adhesive force, and I want to use this card. First, I'll move my piece over here using general function, because I'm in a general confrontation right now. I want to use this special force, adhesive force, and then I can unite the horse that is within 2 by 2 range of different types. And if you see here, these are of different colors, so it means that there are different types. So I can unite this 2 power and it becomes 5. And then if I compare with this piece here, this piece should be removed from the game board. However, if I want to unite these 2, you cannot unite these 2 because they are of same types, and adhesive force can only unite the force that are of different types. So I showed you guys all the different cases you can use special forces, special functions, and general functions. And next time, I'll show you guys doing the actual game with other players so that you guys can better understand how to play the force. So So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you.